Welcome to the 2D Web Solution Show, the podcast that provides freelancers who are wanting to make more with WordPress, the solutions to create a plan, take action, and experience success. And now, here are Arelthia, Phillips, and Carron with their next 2D Web Solutions episode.
Thank you for being here for episode 23. So far, we have talked about the website niche, which is building websites and hosting websites, and the plugin niche and the theme niche. Next time, we'll cover education and training, the last episode of our WordPress niche series.
But today's WordPress niche topic is WordPress marketing. Now, this is another one of those topics that we could probably talk about for an entire season, Kerry. So what we're going to do is focus on content marketing. Now, for our first question, we want to look at what are a couple of content marketing strategies that can benefit your existing WordPress customers.
Well, I think there's two primary areas that I'd like to cover: digital marketing and email marketing. So let me go into digital marketing, and then maybe you can talk a little bit about the email marketing. Digital marketing is the marketing of products or services using digital technologies. And that really doesn't mean anything other than it can be online, it can be using phones or anything like that. And it typically relates to drawing more traffic, more consistency, and more people to the things that you have on those devices, websites or whatnot.
Okay, and so with that being said, then for email marketing, we're talking more of direct marketing sent electronically to engage and connect with the potential or current customer. Okay.
Yeah. And that can be anything from regular newsletters, sales copy, campaigns where you're trying to pull people in through leads and exchanging information and establishing that rapport.
Yeah, product updates and things like that.
Exactly. So when we talk about digital marketing and digital content marketing, what kind of things come to mind for you as far as what I might be able to offer a client when it comes to digital marketing?
Well, in digital marketing, you hear the same thing over and over and over. Content is king. So creating quality content of any kind can be beneficial to customers, okay? But you want to make sure that it's the content that your customers need. So creating content as a service. So if you want to do this as a service for your current customers or your current clients, it might look something like providing articles on a regular schedule, on a recurring basis, adding images to blog posts. So maybe in some way you provide them with images for their blog posts. Also creating a new video for a sales promotion. That's a service that you can provide that may be on a recurring basis. And then posting social media content. This one right here is a big one, Kerry.
Yeah, it sure is. So if you are a marketer then, and you are creating content, and maybe you want a type of product that you want to offer your clients, it might look like something like image quotes that you're going to sell and then allow them to use royalty-free. You could create unbranded ebooks, even cartoon strips if you're good at drawing and you have maybe some cartoon figures that you want to incorporate into your client's blog or their advertising. Templated PowerPoint slides is another thing you can do. You just simply make them branded for your client, maybe hand them to them, and they can use them in any way that they want, whether it be a presentation that they're giving, or even, as we'll talk about later, maybe in some video or something like that.
Okay, all right. So that right there brings up a great point, Kerry, with the templated PowerPoint slides. Like you mentioned, making them specific for one customer, for one client. Well, if let's say you take out, like it's kind of generic, and then
right,
you can continue to sell that same templated PowerPoint to multiple clients, and just they can add the content that they need for their specific purpose. So with that, let's move on to our next question, Kerry. What can I offer my clients related to email marketing?
Well, when it comes to email marketing, consistency is key. So creating an email system that is going to make it the most beneficial for your clients. You can create email content as a service, and something like that might look like doing research and crafting email texts for them, setting up email campaigns, and even creating those lead magnets, which is a lead magnet is the opt-in forms that you might see in different places on articles, on websites, even within email campaigns themselves.
Okay, so it's like the thing that they offer me so that they can entice me to give my email.
Exactly.
And you know, Kerry, it's interesting because as a developer, one of the things that I had to accept a long time ago is that I can't do everything. And so sometimes I have to use the services of other people to maybe write some content for me, or maybe edit my content, or maybe create my email series for me, which I really need to do. But it's something that anyone running a business can benefit from, because as entrepreneurs, small business owners, founders of nonprofits, they have, sometimes it's you get to a point where you have to accept the fact that you cannot do everything. So I'm going to step off my soapbox now and get back on topic. But that is so important in our businesses today.
Right. And the important thing to know here is that even if you're not doing the work specifically yourself and you are outsourcing it, you can still offer that to your client as a service or product. So Arelthia, can you tell us a little bit about what creating email content as a product might look like?
So let's say you have an email layout or a styles template that you've created, and you can offer that as a product that someone can purchase and use, or maybe response email templates. What that means is basically you receive an email from someone asking you something, maybe what's the price of something, and you have an automatic response that you automatically send back out to them. And so those help save time, which that's saving money because time is money. And so response email templates, email content templates, the actual content that goes in the email, and e-courses, which could be great lead magnets, and other lead magnets that people can use to entice people to sign up for their email list or to give them their contact information. So Kerry, with all that being said, we've talked a little bit about digital marketing, some services you can offer, some products you can offer. We talked a little bit about email marketing, some services you can offer, products you can offer, all related to content marketing. What are some additional types of content that you could create?
You know, this is one of my favorite topics because content creation is practically endless. And I do a lot of content creation. I love coming up with the different ways of saying the same thing, repurposing some of the things that I have in one place to reuse in another. So I'm going to start out with article marketing. And the great thing about articles is that they provide valuable information and they build authority. Whoever is using your article is going to now become the expert on that topic. So if you're writing an article, you do somewhat need to be an expert on the topic because you have to have the details that go in to allow that information to go out. So you might want to think about some related opportunities that focus on using articles, extend that beyond the writing of articles, and you could be a copywriter or an editor or even a paid blogger. And this is where that research comes into play. If you're a paid blogger, you're going to be writing about somebody else's expertise in some cases, and you have to be able to do the research in that. Ghostwriting is another example of how you might use article marketing in a service or as a product.
You know, Kerry, that you bring up ghostwriting. A great point about that is if your client has a topic that they're passionate about or that they're knowledgeable about, but they're just not the best writer.
Right.
A ghostwriting service is a great way for them to put out maybe an ebook or even a book, a traditional book.
Yep. And some more examples of types of ways that articles can be used. It can be used as website content, blog posts. You mentioned ebooks. Don't forget about press releases and, of course, sales copy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So we also have images as content, and images and creating images. Oh, there's so many different things you can do with images. And this is so much one of my favorite things to do, as you probably have noticed by the infographics that I love to put out. So the great thing about images is they visually draw attention and they allow you to be creative if you're the creative type. Now, again, that doesn't mean you have to be the one who develops them, but you can connect with people like me who love to do it and sell them to your customers. So some image related opportunities, when you think of images, obviously a photographer comes into mind, but you do not have to be a photographer. And with the wonderful camera capabilities that come in iPhones and smartphones nowadays, anybody can really be a photographer. You might also, if you have a knack for graphic design, is another a way to get started in graphic design is by manipulating images. So, Arelthia, what kind of things can you think of that you would create with using images?
You know, when it comes to images, I think of the first thing that comes to mind is maybe creating logos for your clients, or, you know, some type of image quote or holiday cards, maybe even doing some image optimization. That's a service that you can provide related to images. And then Kerry's favorite, infographics, which if you all did not know, every time you see an infographic pop up on 2dwebsolutions.com, Kerry created that infographic. She loves doing it and she's great at it, you know, but that's something that offers a lot of value that could offer a lot of value to your clients. And also cartoons are a great source of images because people like to stop and actually read the cartoons and interpret the cartoons to determine what they think it means. Cartoons can be shared not just on your website, but it's great for social media, okay? And so it gives you more opportunities to get more eyes. That's what imagery is about, is getting attention, drawing people's attention. So Kerry.
Yeah, and you know, another thing to mention real quick is that, you know, all of these things that we're talking about do not need to be restricted to online. Any of these things can be used in print as well. Another thing that images is a great thing for if you are working with a larger company and they have hundreds of employees. You know, everybody loves to get a birthday card. And so maybe the company wants to hire you to produce their birthday cards, and they give you a list of when people's birthdays are or how many birthday cards they need, and you just make them for the entire company. It's a great way to use images.
Okay. All right. So now, Kerry, another type of content that is great for content marketing happens to be videos, because videos appeal to a growing audience and they're increasing in popularity. Videos tend to attract a lot of traffic and they increase your authority. So one way that you can build recurring revenue from your clients is creating videos. This could be videos related to content they already have. It could be how-to videos. It could be talking head videos, interviews, on-camera demos, sales videos. The list goes on and on and on with different things that can be beneficial. Like, for example, if your clients are having an event, they could do testimonial videos. You could offer those for them, where you actually do those videos for them. So, Kerry, what else can you think about? What other types of video can you think about?
Well, the one that comes to mind is a video podcast like we have with 2D. You could also do product videos, animated videos. I do a lot of animated videos, just little cartoons and things like that. Did you mention video email?
Video email, no.
Yep, you could do video email, sales videos. I think you may have mentioned that one. But
So-
and it leads us right into the next topic, which is podcasts. Now, podcasts content allows people to listen while they're doing other things. And we all know that we all have busy lives, and podcasts are a great way to provide content to people who are on the go. And recurring revenue from podcasts could be from clients who need voiceovers, or perhaps they have a show and you are going to even host their shows or be their product manager and keep those things in line for them.
All right. So when we're talking about podcasts, other types of podcast work could be editing the podcast, transcribing the podcast, or even creating their actual podcast show notes, Kerry.
Yep, absolutely. I think you mentioned to me while we were preparing for this that you had just read that there was some major person who has that being done for them on a regular basis, and that's really cool. So, all right, I've got all this information now, Arelthia, and I want to know what I need to do next to get started using and doing content marketing.
You know, that question itself reminds me of the episode we did on the 2D strategies for pinpointing the perfect problem. And this would be a perfect time to apply that strategy so that you can determine what is the problem that your customer is having that you can use content marketing to solve.
Yeah, that's a great way to find out exactly what type of content your clients need or simply just want. You could also use the 2D declassification to determine if you are going to be the one who's going to develop it on your own, or if you're going to delegate it, or maybe it's a way of just dismissing it altogether and saying, nope, content marketing is not my thing. So that pretty much wraps up this episode, but do we have an action plan?
All right, so our action plan for today is for you to survey your customers to determine which content marketing strategy and content type will best benefit your clients.
Absolutely. So it's time for you guys to tune in and let us know what you think. We want to know what you think of the WordPress niche of content marketing, and what do you like about it?
We want to know what questions do you have about offering content marketing as a service or offering a content marketing related product.
And as always, if you are already doing content marketing and we missed something, please let us know, because your advice most certainly will help us and other people in the process.
All right, guys, so we know your comments can help us or someone else in the process, as Kerry said. So again, thank you so much for being here. And remember to visit 2dwebsolutions.com and leave your comments, questions, concerns, and issues. Now, go on out and
create your plan, take action, and experience your success.
Thank you.
Kerry and Arelthia invite you to start your plan by taking this action. Submit your questions by visiting their website and subscribe to their 2D podcast at 2dwebsolutions.com.